Investors, crypto enthusiasts, this is Johnny Crypto. How are you guys doing? Man, I'm super pumped. I made 10% on my portfolio in this couple trades, and it was like a week coming. It was like a week coming in order to do this. It was a swing trade because it was a longer time frame. I was using the weekly and the daily. So let me just get into the charts so that we can see what I was looking at and why I decided to take the trades. And if you know anything about me, I've been saying that about $15,000 was the bottom. And it has everything tied with our economy, with inflation, with interest rates, and with the Feds, what they're going to do today and tomorrow with not hike at 75 basis points, but it's probably going to be 0.5. I really would like to see it be a 0.25% raise, but they're going to do a 0.5% wage is what I'm hearing. This is all good news. As much as it's not super bullish because of the fact that you're still raising interest rates, meaning it's going to be more expensive to borrow money, but it's still not the full percentage and the 75, 3/4 of one. But let me just get into the charts here. So I'm not going to keep you guys forever. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see my trades that I currently have open. I did close them down right near Ethereum. I closed down close to 1,350, and then Bitcoin, I sold 3/4 of the trade at, what was it, 17,850-ish. Okay, because we touched 18,000, which I've been screaming forever on my TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I've been telling you guys that for a while now, that, hey, we're going to hit 18,000 here. But here, I'm going to start with Ethereum because Ethereum, I like Ethereum. Ethereum is borderline one of my biggest positions ever. Let's get rid of stochastics. This is on the weekly. So if I'm looking at the weekly, our bottom was 871. And we haven't even gotten close to that. We had some support that I could arguably move the support up to the $1,000 range. And you could see we've touched it twice. And now what we're doing is we have higher lows on the weekly. Okay. To me, that is all bullish. This is incredibly bullish. When you have, where'd my drawing tool go? Here's a higher low, higher low, higher low. Where is that telling me the next one is going to go? The trend won't be broken until we have a candle that breaks below the previous one. So for there, I was bullish. Plus, we've got the Fed meeting that is coming up here today at 2 p.m. and tomorrow. So I was like, okay, now's a time to get into a trade. So, looking at the daily, what does the daily look like? It looks fairly the same, because you could easily get away with the trend line here, right? A lot of people, they don't like trading this kind of stuff. They want just massive action, okay? And massive action here, where the heck did my big moves happening? Yeah, you can make a lot of money here, but you have to be on the right side of it, okay? There's a lot of people that were like, hey, I want to go long because look, it's on sale, but they don't understand that price goes down a lot faster than it goes up. And this is a perfect example of that happening. Okay, as you see, we tanked. What was this, from 1,600 down to 1,000? That's a 60% move. Just boom, boom, boom. It should be pretty close to, okay, they're saying 35, whatever trading view. That price just tanked in a couple days, but then look, we've slowly been steadily going back on. So I've been trading Ethereum since we touched, here's a tweezer bottom. And what I mean by a tweezer bottom is they look like chopsticks. Okay, they look almost identical chopsticks, where you've got a wick and then you've got a body here. To me, that is a reversal. That's a reversal pattern. So I got in here and I've been holding on. Okay, this has literally been a couple weeks for me to make 10% on my portfolio, was started here. And I still have, like you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, I still have the trade open, and I will tell you where my price targets are and, where I'm looking at and where I've moved stuff to close. But I'm just dialing it up for you so you know where my head was at and where I was thinking, and where was my stop loss when something like this happened? Well, instantly, my stop loss is, I want to be fairly safe, but, I wanted it to be fairly close to right around the bottom of the last major big move where I thought the bottom was Ethereum was. So right around $900 was where I had that stop go in. But the important thing is you don't just enter because you think, hey, the reversal is going to happen now. You have to have a reason behind the reversal. And for me, was that tweezer bottom there. Okay. But anyway, the last couple weeks, we've been having a really hard time getting above 1,300. We've been around 1,200 to 1,300. So I was loading up on the position and I was adding more to the trade. When we're moving like this, I'm adding more to the trade. I'm waiting for the breakout because I understand when volume hits that it's going to move in a strong direction. And exactly that's what it did, is up against this Fed meeting that's happening today and tomorrow. I know I keep saying that. We had a big move happen. And my price target was 1,400, was right around 1,400, but we didn't even get close to that. We got to 1,350. Once I started seeing the reversal, I ended up selling half, or what did I say? I said 75% of the trade. Boom. And I ended up moving my stop. Now, see, this is where I'm getting into the gritty of where that trade is at. I moved the stop to 1,300. Why did I move it to 1,300? Well, because that has now become support. Boom, boom, boom. This line right here, this white line here, that is my support. And I'm leaving it there because if we break down below that, well, then there's nothing really to say that we're not going to get back down to that 1,230 or 1,200 range. Yeah, I might see a pin bar candle where you would all of a sudden price will go come down here and then bounce back up. That could happen, but I won't re-enter the trade until we're above this 1,350 mark. So I have an order in. Yes, I did sell 3/4 of the trade, but I will enter back in to Ethereum if we end up breaking back above here. Okay, but I want it to be a solid break. And then my stop loss is again going to be that $1,300 range. I'm guaranteed to make money even because of my order flow, because I'm only going to add about 5% back to the position. So if I made 10% on my account and I'm adding 5% back, if it goes wrong and I get stopped out, well, I still made 5, right? But I have a potential to make a lot more than that, and that's why I'm doing this, because I really think that, like, if we're looking at the volume and everything on here, when we break above here, where are we looking at? We can see the resistance right around that 14. But again, if we break above that, where are we really going? Our next big issue is about 1,600, right? So there's a lot of room to make some money here. Okay. And I do believe that the bottom has happened. I think we're going to have a slow grind with some volatility going up and down in order to get back to a bull market when it comes in 2024, 2025, but we're just going to have a sideways market and some big ebb and flows here at the time. But let me get into Bitcoin, and then I will let everybody hear. I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys are doing yourself a due diligence by being involved in something like this during a recession. So on Bitcoin, I'm not going to lie. I was on the wrong side of this guy when it happened, because I was expecting us to break out because we had a range here of 18,000 to 20,100. I thought the Feds were going to not do a 75 basis point hike. I thought they were going to do what they're potentially going to do today, is the 0.5. And you could see that we've got this fake breakout, right? Fake breakout, dive back in, boom. Where some traders, once they see the fake breakout, they load up. And that's what I did. Is right here is where I ended up buying, adding into a position. And it was going good and good and good. Didn't get close to my price targets. And then tanked. Just absolutely tanked. I lost, that was a bad one for me. I lost about 5% of my portfolio right there. I had to stop trading, and this was the next trade that happened. But I made all my money back and then some. So it was good for that. My long-term account is hurting, but that's just because of the sheer fact that, we are down 80% right now. But all right. Dun, 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 dun. So here, I was looking at a double bottom is what I was looking at on the daily. I was looking at a double bottom because we hit the same relatively. So I was like, okay, once we get close to getting back above the neckline, I'm going to get in. So I've been getting in right around 17,000 was where I was adding to the position. As long as we don't break much below 18 or 17,000, I felt pretty confident about it. And I felt as if we were going to hit 18,000. And, if you follow me, I've been telling you guys this for a week or so, 18,000. And where did we hit? We hit exactly 18,000. Okay. But then we reversed down because the market has a funny way of touching these little guys and moving down and knowing ahead of time what's really happening with the moves. So I sold not at 18,000, but I sold at 17,850-ish. And again, I sold 3/4 of the trade, and I've got a limit order in to add at least half of that back if we break above 18,000, $5, $10-ish. I want to see a decent break above 18,000 before I get back in. And that's, to depend on whether or not what the Feds actually do, because they could do something crazy and only do a 0.25% rise. I don't think they will, but they could. And then now all of a sudden we're bumping up to 19,000, and I want to be a part of that, and I wanted to add a little bit to the position. So what I've done so far is I've sold 3/4, and now my stop loss is under this line. So I'm right at 17,500-ish. 400 to 500 is where my stop is, where I'm going to get out. And I'll still get out in profit in the current trade. That's only 1/4 of what it originally was. But that's because I don't want to hold on to the sucker until I get back down to the break even, where you could see on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, where I got in right around under 17,000. I don't want to wait till I hit my break even and it goes. I want to have a little bit more, especially when prices move this much as it has, but it could potentially continue to go up. So I do want to be a part of that, and we will see what happens. But what possibly could happen is we're going to just find some consolidation right around the 17,500 range, and we'll be in here for a little bit. Or I could see this even happening, us getting back down to this range and then following in here. And then this guy right here just being a fake breakout right now until potentially in the middle of come next year, where we do actually get a interest rate pause or only a 0.25% rate. So that's where I'm looking at here. But I don't think that we're going to hit much lower than this. I know a lot of people are talking about, hey, we're going to see $13,000 Bitcoin and da-da-da-da. You know what? I bought a half a Bitcoin at $16,000, and it was everything in my piggy bank and everything that I could just get into. And that's something that I had to absolutely do, was get in there. And I made it happen. Okay. But everyone talking about we're going to get to this here. Let me go back to the chart here. We're going to get to this red line here of 13,000. You guys aren't buying Bitcoin right now because you want it to be cheaper. Everybody wants Bitcoin to be $2,000 before they buy. But I guarantee you that the people that are saying, hey, Bitcoin is going lower and I'm only going to buy Bitcoin when it's under 10 grand or 5 grand or 3 grand, if it ever gets there, they're going to be like, oh, I don't know if it's that good of investment anymore. I'm not going to do it. But the people that are passionate about it and understand the functionality and the fundamentals of Bitcoin are buying right now. They're accumulating right now, accumulating all good assets right now. That's exactly what I am doing. I'm accumulating these good assets. And I will end with just something interesting with FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. He got arrested. And he was supposed to testify today to Congress. Is this ironic? Is this a political move? Because A, he was the second biggest donor to the Democrat Party, and how could you prevent him from testifying remotely? Well, you arrest his ass. Seems... the timing seems perfect. And I like also how he said that he doesn't think he'll be arrested. Well, boom. Now is he going to be extradited back to the USA? I don't know. Maybe if he signs some NDA or something saying that he's not going to testify anymore, we'll see what happens. They'll let him out of jail. No. But it's incredibly ironic. I feel for everybody that lost money there, and I appreciate everybody that's sitting here watching this channel as well. If you guys don't know much about me, I used to be a financial advisor and a pro motocross athlete for a while, and I give away all my information for free. And I'm just a simple dude that is all about dollar cost average. I've made close to $1 million in crypto, and I've lost quite a bit in crypto and investing, and I'm only being honest with you because it's people that say that they're not losing money. They're trading wise, I'm doing good, but investing wise, that stuff is down. My portfolios, if you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, I show you guys what my portfolios is and what it was, and just that. I'm buying everything. I'm buying Tesla, I'm buying Meta, I'm buying Netflix, I'm buying Amazon, I'm buying Apple, I'm buying Google, I'm buying Garmin. I'm buying a lot of stuff right now, especially in the tech world. But I'm digressing. This is Johnny Crypto. I believe that, hey, we're going to be in another range here until we get something that's like a 0.25% interest rate rise. We had the big boom that just happened, right? This was a 5% uptick. 5% is a big move right now. To 18,000, that was a huge move. And what did I tell you? I've told you that price goes down faster than it goes up. So we're in a small climb up, right? We have not broken the trend until price drops below 16,500, okay? That would mean a new lower low, and then the trend is broken, okay? So I am going to get out of the trade here, and I will add into if we see another little reversal right here on 17,000. But anyway, this is Johnny Crypto, here to help you guys